How do you let go of someone who once felt like your whole world? Not just someone you loved, but someone you built a life around. Their laughter still echoes in your head, their habits, their routines. You know them better than your own. Every corner of your life feels touched by their presence. The songs you once shared, the places you visited together, even the quiet moments, everything carries their memory. Letting go feels impossible, like trying to hold water in your hands. But sometimes, holding on hurts more than releasing. It's not just about losing them, it's about rediscovering yourself. Who are you without them? And how do you begin to find out? Letting them go feels like erasing a part of yourself. It's as if the memories, the laughter, the shared moments are slipping through your fingers like grains of sand. But what if I told you, you're not erasing, you're not forgetting, you're just evolving. You're learning to carry them differently, not in your hands, but in your heart. And in that evolution, you find a new version of yourself, one that's stronger, wiser, and ready to embrace what lies ahead. Let me tell you a story. There was a time when I couldn't imagine a future without them. I'd wake up every morning, and their name would be the first thing on my mind, like a melody that played on repeat. We dreamed together, planned vacations to places we'd never been, and laughed about how we'd probably get lost anyway. We shared everything, passwords to streaming accounts, playlists, even the last slice of pizza on a Friday night. I remember the little things too, the way we'd argue, not about big things, but about what color to paint the living room walls. It was ordinary stuff, the kind of moments you'd think would fade into the background. But to me it all felt sacred. Like every shared glance, every laugh, every disagreement was a thread in the fabric of something bigger. Something I thought would last forever. Time has a way of deceiving us. It felt like forever, an endless stretch of moments. And then, it wasn't. The hands of the clock kept moving, indifferent to the weight of our memories. What once seemed eternal faded into a fleeting whisper. Perhaps, forever was never meant to be held. Just noticed, just felt, and then let go. No one prepares you for the silence after someone leaves. The space they once took up in your life doesn't shrink quietly. It screams. You find their toothbrush still in the cup, their hoodie draped over your chair. You keep reaching for your phone to text them something funny, and then remember, they're not there. Not anymore. The hardest part about letting go? It's not just missing the person, it's mourning the version of you that existed with them. The hopeful version. The one who believed in that future. I remember crying in the shower because it was the only place I didn't have to pretend I was okay. I was tired of being strong. Tired of everyone telling me you'll get over it. I didn't want to get over it, because that felt like betrayal. Like admitting that it wasn't as deep as I thought. But then I realized letting go didn't mean forgetting. It didn't mean erasing the love, the memories, or the lessons. It meant making space for something new, for growth, for healing, for hope. And in that space, I found strength I never knew I had. A strength that whispered, it's okay to move forward. Not because it wasn't deep, but because I am. I used to believe that letting go meant admitting defeat, that it meant the moments, the people, the memories I cherished weren't as significant as I thought they were. But over time, I've come to understand something deeper, something more profound. Letting go doesn't mean those moments didn't matter. It doesn't mean the love, the laughter, or even the pain wasn't real. Letting go is an act of self-love. It's a decision to prioritize your own well-being, to choose yourself over the weight of what once was. It's not about erasing the past or pretending it didn't happen. Instead, it's about learning to embrace the present, to find joy and peace in the here and now. It's about gently releasing the hold of what no longer serves you and finding solace in the spaces they once occupied. Letting go is not forgetting. It's not about dismissing the significance of what you've been through. It's about choosing to move forward with grace, with strength, and with hope. It's the quiet yet powerful courage to say, I deserve to heal. I deserve to grow. I deserve to be free. And in that healing, in that journey of rediscovery, you begin to see the beauty of your own story. A story that is still unfolding, still vibrant, still yours to write. Letting go is not the end. It's the beginning of something new, something beautiful, something uniquely yours. There comes a moment in the grieving where the pain softens, like the first rays of sunlight breaking through a stormy sky. Not because the love disappeared, but because you've started coming home to yourself, finding solace in the quiet corners of your heart. That moment when your chest isn't tight all the time and the weight you've carried begins to lift, like mist rising from a tranquil lake. When their favorite song plays, and instead of tears, a gentle smile forms, as memories turn from sharp edges to soft whispers. It's the moment when you realize that healing doesn't mean forgetting, but embracing the love that remains, like the steady rhythm of waves meeting the shore. When you laugh genuinely and realize, I'm still capable of joy. That moment doesn't come fast, and it sure doesn't come easy. Healing is not immediate, nor is it always easy. It takes time, patience, and a willingness to embrace the journey. But it does come, like the first light of dawn breaking through the darkness, bringing with it the promise of a new beginning. Here's how I slowly began to let go. 1. I let myself feel it, all of it. I didn't rush the sadness. I let the grief move through me like a storm. Grief is a tempest, wild and unrelenting. It crashes into you like waves against jagged rocks, tearing at the edges of your soul. The sky darkens, heavy with sorrow, and the air feels thick with unspoken pain. It is loud, messy, and uninvited, a storm you never asked for. Yet, amidst the chaos, there is a truth. The only way out is through. To stand in the rain, to feel the wind howl, and to let the storm pass through you. Only then can the skies begin to clear and the calm return. 2. I stopped romanticizing the past. My heart would cling to the highlights, the good days, the cozy mornings. But, I had to remind myself, we didn't end for no reason. There was pain, mismatched needs, silence in places there should have been understanding. Love wasn't enough anymore. And honestly, that was okay. 3. I reclaimed the parts of me I had given away. I started doing things just for me. Taking myself on solo dates, buying the kind of sheets I liked, painting my nails the color I always wanted, even though they hated it. And then it hit me. I realized I was still here, and I was worth rediscovering. Lastly, I built a new story. One where I wasn't the one who was left, but the one who chose to keep living, fully. Even if it meant starting from scratch. Sometimes we hold on because we're scared of who we'll be without them. We've built so much of our identity around being their person, their support, their constant. But here's the truth. You are still whole, even without them. Choosing yourself doesn't mean forgetting the love you shared or the memories you created. It means recognizing that your worth isn't tied to anyone else. It's about embracing the person you are, the person you've always been, and the person you're becoming. You're enough. You are deserving of love, especially your own. So take a deep breath and choose you. Letting go isn't one grand gesture. It's 1,000 tiny choices. Like unfollowing them, not to be petty, but to protect your peace. It's not rereading old texts. It's not hoping they'll come back and say all the right things. It's making space for new memories, new love, a fresh start, a brighter you. Embrace the journey ahead and let the light guide your way. You may not be ready today. That's okay. But one day, you'll look back and smile. Not because it didn't hurt, but because you grew through it. Because you honored your pain and still chose healing. That's strength. That's courage. That's you coming back to life. If this spoke to your heart, you're not alone. Leave a comment below. Let's heal together. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories of growth, healing, and finding your way back home to you. Thank you for watching.